Can anyone help me understand what was actually wrong about what she said? Welcome to Unifier TV, where truth has no fear. All right, so we got a lot of controversy coming out of Rhode Island. Minority Leader Patricia Morgan posted a controversial tweet. Patricia Morgan actually made a very valid point.
State Representative Patricia Morgan has gone viral today with a tweet this morning that said, quote, "I had a black friend. I liked her and I think she liked me too. But now she is hostile and unpleasant. I am sure I didn't do anything to her except be white. Is that what teachers and our political leaders really want for our society? Divide us because of our skin color? Hashtag CRT." That, of course, a reference to critical race theory, which is an academic concept looking at history and society through a lens of systemic racism, but it's also become shorthand for critics who think there's too much discussion of racial divides in K-12 education these days.
Okay, so what exactly did she say that was wrong? I'll post a tweet right here for you to read as I'm talking, and just in case you missed it. So, what exactly did she say that was wrong? Now, I don't know if this is a real story or if she's just trying to make a point of how children may eventually have to feel because of this CRT they're pushing in schools. But either way, whether this is a true story or whether she is making this story up to make a good point, the fact remains that it is a good point. Do we really want our children who are around other race of children in schools? Right now, we're just talking about white and black. Do you want your black child or white child to go to school looking at their friend who they used to eat lunch with every day, who they used to play with on a playground every single day? Do you really want them to start looking at each other differently just because of what this CRT tells them is the reality about the relationship? What CRT poisons our children's minds with is this narrative that, okay, whether you realize it or not, your white friend doesn't really like you think. He actually looks at you as less than. But it also tells white children that whether you realize you're doing it or not, you are actually belittling your black friend. Whether you realize it or not, you are a born supremacist. So no matter how much you guys eat lunch together, no matter how many times you've been in each other's houses, no matter how many times you play with each other on the playground, you are oppressing your black friend. Do we really need our children and their minds to be poisoned with this nonsense? Do we really need for them to go about life, go about their school days as if school isn't difficult enough? You have grades they have to keep up with. If they're a part of some extracurricular activity, they have to keep up with that. We have bullying that goes on there. We got these young kids that want to get in relationships with one another. There's a lot going on in school halls that you and I didn't face when we were kids. I think school's a little more difficult nowadays. With everything else that kids already have to go through, do they really need anything to the effect of CRT at all? Is very unhealthy. Just like with this deal here, kids need to make their own decisions as well. Just like we should be allowed to make our own decisions whether we want to go that route or not. But that's a totally different topic. Why not let children make their own decisions and form their own narratives about who a person is, not a race? This should have nothing to do with race. It should have everything to do with experience. In my experience, all throughout school, this is from elementary all the way through college. I'm not even exaggerating. From elementary school all the way through college, I was ostracized and picked on and bullied heavily by black people. 95% of the time, it was black people that gave me a hard time. It was the white people and Hispanic people who treated me way better, 10 times better. Because unfortunately, every race in some ways ostracized each other. Some races will look at you as a sellout if you want to step outside of the narratives of your race and do things differently. And in my experience, black people have done that to me more than anyone else. How does it make sense to tell a race of children, hey, this person doesn't like you because of this? But you guys eat lunch together every day. You hang out all the time. You've been in each other's houses. You know each other's families. But little did you know, all that was just a game. It was all fake. They didn't mean a word of it. Show me a parent, a real parent, not some paid actor on TV, not some CNN spokesperson, not some Fox News spokesperson. Show me a real parent who actually says that CRT is a good idea. Bring me the argument. I want you to leave that person's name in the comments so we can debate, so we can talk. I want to actually see if these parents really exist. What parent out there actually thinks CRT is a good idea? Because I haven't seen one. I see a lot of news reports that pretend like these teachers and parents are behind it. But have you actually met anyone that says CRT is a good idea? outside of what's on TV. The last thing I'm going to do is allow someone to tell me or any of my children that you're lesser than, you're looked at as lesser than. No matter what you do, you're always going to be treated as an afterthought. If I was a white parent, I wouldn't allow you to tell my children that no matter what you do, you're going to be a supremacist. You're a born supremacist. So you're going to tell my children that they're born into supremacy because of the fact that they're white? And you think that's okay? You think that's healthy to tell children? I think we need emergency psych evaluations for teachers and superintendents and principals. We need to put this into action. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think she was wrong for what she said? Do you think she should have said it differently? Whatever your thoughts and feelings are, just leave them in the comments. Please like, share, and subscribe, and let me know if there's another topic you'd like for me to tackle.